Welcome to Raider Talks. I am your host, Art Navarrete, here alongside Nick Ibarra, and today we're going to do our Raiders top 10. Are you excited about it?
Yeah, all-time greatest Raiders to ever put on silver and black. Yeah. This is going to be very interesting and very cool.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty good. On this list, I think we only have one player that we actually got to see play in our lives.
Yeah.
I'm 20.
I'm 22.
22. Yeah, you forgot your birthday or what? But yeah, so we had this list put together on Twitter. Guys Being Dudes podcast asked us about it, asked us to do a top 10 Raiders. Shout out RJ Bernal and Luke Silla over there. They got a dope podcast where basketball, baseball, football, they do sports and all that. I'll link them below. You can check them out. But now let's get down to it. Let's do it. Raiders top 10.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get it going. Number 10, we have a safety, hard hitter, Jack Tatum. Badass Raider, 37 interception, Super Bowl champ, big-time hitter, put fear into wide receivers.
Yeah.
He was a badass Raider.
Yeah, a couple of highlights you see on YouTube and, Raider plays and greatest Raider moments. He seemed like he was just always flying and just hitting people hard. What a true Raider is all about. And, I don't think you just look at him. He looks like a Raider.
Yeah.
And then you go into the stats and what he did for the Silver Black was really amazing.
Those were those early days where the Raiders really created an identity.
Yeah.
And I think Jack Tatum was part of that.
Oh, yeah.
Created that culture of being tough, being fearless, dirty hitting.
Yeah.
And all that. And I think Jack Tatum is a badass player. I remember he made a Steeler player cry. Remember that? He fucked him up, and then he made him cry. I don't know. At the 9 spot, we got an offensive lineman. Man, he protected his quarterbacks. We have Art Shell, 2-time Super Bowl champ.
Yeah. Another. I mean, I know these are all Raiders, but another guy who you just look at and he's a Raider, man.
All-time Raider. Coached the Raiders eventually.
Protect the quarterback. Had some really good seasons right there on the offensive line, and then. We talked about this. Not only a player, but a coach to come in and coach the Raiders. And yeah, really good dude, really good guy, really good football player, really mean, really tough. Arshel.
Yeah, another guy that really defines being a Raider, the Raider mentality, and you could just see him all the time, always wearing Raider gear. So great to have him on the list at the 9 spot. He's our only offensive lineman on the spot on the top 10. Mm-hmm. So shout out the others. Jim Otto barely missed it. Now we got number 8. Number 8, we have a Super Bowl MVP, 589 receptions, over 8,974 yards, 76 TDs, a one-time Super Bowl champ. Like I said, Super Bowl MVP, Fred Blintnikov.
Oh yeah, and it's when you always hear him talk. He's always around the Raiders. Training camps, mini camps, and teaching those wide receivers. And I mean, he's got his own award named after him.
Yeah,
and college. Another guy who, like you said, that one-time Super Bowl, really made plays. Right there with Ford's quarterback, really good wide receiver.
Yeah, I heard this guy was a very good route runner.
Yeah,
very good. People compare Renfro to him when it comes to the footwork, running routes, making people miss. Freddie B was a good player in his time, and he still teaches players like in the current.
Oh
Raiders.
yeah, I mean, there's a couple pictures with him and Renfro.
Yeah. So Freddie B is getting older, but he's still got the secrets, got the tips. But a really great Raider, Super Bowl MVP. That's tough to do. Tough to win a Super Bowl, as you can tell. We've never seen a Super Bowl in our lives, so that's crazy. Freddie B, Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
At the 7th spot, I'll say another guy that an early Raider that really defined who the Raiders were, and that's speed. Fast. Yeah. A fast team. A team that's going to stretch the field. This guy had 501 receptions, over 8,685 yards, 67 TDs. He played his whole career with the Raiders. He's a 3-time Super Bowl champ, and that's Cliff Branch. Speed kills.
Yeah, he was there for all of our success. 3-time Super Bowl champ. Now a Hall of Famer. He'll get inducted this summer.
Finally. It's really not fair how they let some Raiders don't let some Raiders in.
And I don't like how he's gone, so let's induct him now.
These guys passed away. Let's go put him in.
Yes, this should have been done a long time ago.
It's not fair.
But another great Raider, another great wide receiver, just making plays and everything, and just really, really good, really great guy.
Yeah, this is a list we both agreed on as well.
Yes.
Did it together. Let us know about the list as well. Let us know if you would change anything. There's like 20 guys we picked from that could have all made the top 10. And, we
were saying a bunch of just random names when we did this. Hey, how about this guy? How about this guy? How about this guy? This list was really tough to just narrow down to, hey, just these 10, and that's all. Yeah,
at the 6th spot, we got another 3-time Super Bowl champ, 54 interceptions, 472 yards, 2 touchdowns. Old man Willie. Willie Brown at the 6th spot. Again, a definition of a Raider. A Raider. He did the draft every year. He passed away not that long ago, but he did the second-round pick for the Raiders many times. I
always remember that because he would take forever thinking all the moms for Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody.
He come on, just say the pick already. And the one was Derek Carr's one where he just kept on going. Yeah. I'm like, hey, come on, say the pick already. Come on. But every draft he would do that, and it was something cool that he would represent the Raiders in that second day. The first one to represent, to talk for the Raiders, and I thought it was always cool. And one of my favorite old Raider highlights is his interception
in the Super Bowl.
Yes. Yep. So
sealed the deal.
So for him to be on this list, he is the guy. Badass corner. Old man Willie.
Yeah, old man Willie at the 6th spot. Number 5, we got a Heisman winner, a Rookie of the Year. Man, all these stats: 65 interceptions, 11 TDs, 33 forced fumbles, 20 sacks, 2 TDs defensively on 2 TDs on punt returns.
Yeah.
And then we got 1,220 tackles, 21 QB hits, 13 defensive TDs. My bad, instead of 11. We have Charles Woodson, Heisman winner as well.
Yeah, I can go on and on about this guy.
On that, but it's cool.
I can go on and on about this guy. A little too young his first time around for me to watch him personally.
Yeah.
Got to watch him some years in Green Bay. He won the Super Bowl. He knew he had to come back home. He came back home. I was excited. I was actually at his first game in the Coliseum. I was at his last game in the Coliseum. The last game in the Coliseum, just like, oh man, like he's leaving, like it's over, it's done, and just getting to watch him for the couple years that he came back, and shoot, he was still playing at a high level. His last season was a Pro Bowl year,
yeah,
and we thought that maybe he was going to get an All Pro at safety or whatever, because he was just all over the place. He that year he was our best defensive player, So I can only speak on what he did his second time around, but I know that he's one of my favorite Raiders, and for him, to say, hey, I'm always going to be with you guys, I love you guys. The last game he played in Oakland, and then the last actual game in Oakland, they gave him the mic and said, hey, Oakland's always going to be there, or we'll always be the Oakland Raiders, we'll always be this. And for him to actually say it, and you're going to get the mic, you're going to, send our farewell. And it was really nice. It was really cool. I'm personally glad I got to see Woodson play live.
Yeah, Charles Woodson at the 5 spot, a Raider great. Again, a guy that I didn't see in his first stint, but I saw in his second stint, and I'm very glad that he played that second stint, came back home, came to Oakland. And man, he put on a show when he's with the Raiders.
Oh yeah,
he went off. He moved that safety position, and he he tore it up. He was our best defensive player, and we had Khalil Mack on the team.
Yes,
right.
Yeah.
So Charles Woodson, he was great. He had a lot of picks when he was with us toward the end,
and left a lot of leadership. His second year, with everybody.
Yeah, for even guys that we have now, Derek Carr.
Yeah.
He was a leader to those guys, and I think He's the reason, these teams are going up and up every year and getting better. Charles Woodson is a big part of that, and I think he's still a big part of the Raider organization today. Obviously today.
Obviously, yeah, because it seems like he's always in Vegas or was in Oakland. Like I said,
he was in the owner's suite this year, half the games with Mark Davis and Marcel Reese. I mean, Charles Woodson is a Raider.
Charles Woodson is a Raider, yes.
And yeah, he won a Super Bowl with the Packers, but he's a Raider. At the 4 spot, there's another just a Raider. Whole career with the Raider, one-time Super Bowl champ, 91.5 sacks.
Yes.
We got Howie Long at the 4th spot. A beast. A beast.
And I just, in our time as being Raider fans, when we did have Khalil Mack, we thought, oh, this guy's it. This guy's the beast. This guy, and now with Max Crosby. But man, you see how Howie Long used to play. He used to play crazy and just he would go through people, just sack people hard hitting, really defining what a Raider is. He didn't go play anywhere else. He strictly was a Raider, and he got a ring with us.
Yeah, Howie Long. I mean, this guy always represents the Raiders. He's on Fox right now. Mm-hmm. It seems he always
picks us.
He always picks us. Howie Long, I mean, he's a stud. He's a guy I watch highlights of, and like you said, he's a beast. Gets after it, gets after the quarterback, and I think one of the strongest Raiders, one of the most physical Raiders, one of the most, I would say, energetic Raiders, kind of like a Max Crosby type.
Yeah.
To nowadays, Howie Long was just kind of Max Crosby energy-wise.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously, Howie Long is more talented than Max Crosby. Max Crosby's going to get there. He's going to get He's going to get to the Howie Long. If he keeps working, he's going to get to the Howie Long area.
You can't really compare now because Max Crosby's only in his 4th year. But
comparing apples and oranges now, but he's going to get there. But Howie Long, just a Raider. And glad he's on this list at the 4 spot.
Yeah.
Next nickname is Mr. Raider. 100 TDs, 14,934 yards. Never won Super Bowl with the Raiders. Been to the Super Bowl with the Raiders. I mean, a badass wide receiver. Knows how to get open. Big slant guy.
Yeah.
Punt returns. He could do it all. And that's Timmy Brown.
Yeah. I mean, you go look at the record book. He's pretty much there with all the wide receiver records. And, I mean, you heard Devontae, hey, I want Tim Brown's records. I want this. And, so, Tim Brown is, I think, one of the best wide receivers to be a Raider. And just what he did. And, I see highlights. And he's a badass dude.
Yeah, Tim Brown. I went back and watched the AFC Championship game the Raiders had against the Tennessee Titans. And Tim Brown, already older with Jerry Rice, kind of older. Man, he was making plays, running slants, getting open. Reminds me of Renfro now. Tim Brown later in his career, even though Tim Brown had speed earlier in his career. Yeah. But Tim Brown, man, he's a stud. Because we didn't get to see him really live, but we watched their highlights.
Yeah.
And this guy was a stud, and the punt returning was beautiful as well.
Yeah.
If you see those highlights, it's crazy how talented he was, how he can read the field.
Oh, yeah. And, you see it on the field, and you even see it on just paper, like I said, just with all the records that he has. It's amazing and incredible.
At the 2 spot, I think we got a player that's smooth, slick, silky. We have a Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP, over 3,000 yards in his career, 123 touchdowns. A man that came home about 6 years ago, and lit the torch. He barely came back home. And that's Marcus Allen. I mean, we can't say enough about him.
Yeah, no, a really, really good running back. I've seen, in the Super Bowl highlights and just him running and just dominating, getting, 5-6 yards with ease before, being tough to bring down or whatever. A really good running back. The way things ended was kind of rough, but really good running back. Probably the best running back Raiders have ever had. And
he's 100% the best Raider.
And that's why he's at number 2.
Yeah, Marcus Allen, I mean, not even the Super Bowl highlights, but any highlights you watch. Yeah. This guy, I mean, he's not the fastest, not the quickest, but he can read those defenses. I mean, he can just get out of situations that no one should get out of. He's like almost not. It feels like he's not a human the way he runs, and he's just smooth. Like I said, silky.
Oh yeah.
You guys remember the Super Bowl run where you're never gonna see a run like that ever again, where he runs one way, comes all the way back, and then runs for a touchdown. I remember in NFL films, John Facenda does the voiceover, and he said Marcus Allen running with the night, and that sealed the deal for the Raiders in the Super Bowl. That run, and he was Super Bowl MVP, went off, but Marcus was a big part of the Raiders. He should have been even a bigger part of the Raiders, but Al Davis didn't really like him that much. But him and Mark Davis are cool now. They made up. Davis has made up with Marcus Allen, and he came back home and lit the torch not that long ago. So Marcus Allen, number 2 on the list.
Yeah.
Number 1. This is a guy, I mean, I think this is a guy that defines being a Raider. Like a Raider.
Yeah.
I think he would play the games probably drunk in the first half and start sobering up around the second half, start trying to get serious. He's a Super Bowl champ, over 194 touchdowns, 27,938 yards in his career.
Yeah.
We have a quarterback, the Snake, Kenny Stabler. Man, probably the greatest Raider of all time.
Yeah. Quarterback's the most important position on the field. And when we were talking about this, one time he won a Super Bowl with us one time. But just the things he was able to do, the wins he was able to win, and then just the records. I totally forgot when we were making this list that every stat that Cards broken was Stabler's. It wasn't anybody else. It wasn't for the seasons or whatever. It's been Stabler's. Stabler was a real big part of this franchise. Still is. And I agree with you when he says, probably the greatest Raider of all time.
You see Derek Carr wearing Stabler gear all the time, touching Stabler's poster.
He wears 12 in training camp.
Yeah.
When they have that week or that day of Legends Day.
And he touches Stabler's poster every time he goes out. Stabler is the definition of being a Raider, being tough, being resilient. Yeah. And just the great plays he's been a part of, the Holy Roller, the Ghost of the Post, and all those special plays. And he's just it's magic when he's on the field.
Oh, yeah.
And you watch his highlights, and he can make any throw. And he's just tough. He's not the fastest guy on the field, but he's going to get away from someone to make a big throw. And just Kenny Stabler, really, when I was growing up, especially, my dad's favorite player, when I thought about the Raiders, I thought Kenny the Snake Stabler first.
Oh, yeah.
And him and Marcus Allen, so they're 1-2 punch. But Kenny the Snake Stapler at 1.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, my first really, really good Raider jersey was a Stabler jersey.
Yeah,
a little stitched in youth. My dad bought it for me. He said, "Hey, you're gonna get this one," and then I was like, "All right, cool." And I wore it. I still have it. Of course, it don't fit no more, but no, I still have it. That was, just like I said, quarterback's the most important position on the field, and he's been the most important guy in our franchise, and it's still to this day, like you said, with our quarterback Derek Carr, wearing 12 on Legends Day in training camp, touching the poster, doing everything because of him. But like you said, greatest Raider of all time.
Yeah, Kenny the Snake Stabler, I think everyone's favorite player, everyone's favorite Raider, just the way he was, toughness, the way he drinks, the way he hangs out with the way he hangs out with girls. I mean, he represents what it is to be a Raider. Yeah. So number 12, Kenny the Snake Stabler. He'll be the number 1 guy on this list. If you guys don't agree with it, or you guys think someone else should be in, let us know. Put your list down in the comments. It should be interesting seeing everyone else's list, because like we said, there's like 15 to 20 players that anyone could have been on this list. It was hard to decide between just 10. It's hard.
Yeah.
But put down below.
Like when you have so much history as the Raiders do, past, present, and even going into the future, the list is always going to be hard. You can't just narrow it down to 10 guys, because in reality, people walk in and out of this franchise and they're great. We've had some great dudes put on the silver and black. So I this isn't a discredit to anybody who's put on silver and black, because I think our franchise is just
one of the best in
and
sports.
Amazing. Yeah,
one of the best in sports.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it was tough to make the 10. Now that we did the 10, who do you think are the possible guys that can maybe make this 10 list that are Raiders right now.
Right now?
In the future.
I would probably go DC. I think you would get some more wins, some playoff wins, and maybe even a Super Bowl. But just what he has right now, he has the passing records for seasons and all time for the Raiders, and it kind of looks like he's going to be a Raider for life, kind of, barring anything crazy. But I think you can go him. I think Crosby's on his way to doing something crazy in the silver and black.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think Derek Carr needs to win a Super Bowl to get to this list because of so much history. Because we got the Snake, like we said, represents the Raiders. And then we got Plunkett, 2-time Super Bowl winner, Super Bowl MVP. He didn't make this list. And then we got, Gannon was a bad man too. So I think Carr has a lot of stuff to do. He has a lot of stuff to do, but he can do it. And if he can, then he's gonna be on this list and high on this list.
Oh yeah, he would. Let's just say he is a Raider for life.
Yeah,
those, and I'm not knocking anything, but those 3 guys weren't a Raider for life. They all went somewhere else before coming here. So Carr has a couple more big wins.
Still got business to take care of.
He still's got a lot of good years ahead of him. He has some records. He can get more, and he has a good, I'm gonna say, second half of his career because he's at 8-9 years already. He can definitely make this list.
Yeah, next I would say Max Crosby. It's young, it's hard to say, but if he keeps working hard, he keeps playing the way he does.
Yeah,
you can definitely see him being an all-time Raider great. He already has the Raider tattoo.
Oh yeah,
he's a Raider already.
In the short-term future, I see him All-Pro. Some Pro Bowls, some more Pro Bowls.
Yeah,
a Defensive Player of the Year. He's on the rise right now, and his ceiling is crazy.
Yeah, he's an animal, and I'll say Hunter Renfrow. Maybe Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah.
If he keeps having these good numbers, he can be like a Freddie B type, Fred Blintnikov type, and Blintnikov's on this list. And maybe even a guy like Devontae. Devontae hasn't played a game in the silver and black. I understand that.
Yeah, but
if he does, if his game translates from Green Bay to Las Vegas, he can definitely be an all-time Raider great, especially if he wins a Super Bowl.
And I wanted to say that too, but you're right. I don't think we should get
too
get ahead of ourselves.
We can't get ahead of ourselves.
He hasn't put on the silver and black, but just what he's done in Green Bay, what he has right now. He has his college quarterback, his best friend, and he's got his prime years still left. You put together 2, 3, 4 great seasons. And he said it. He says, "Hey, I'm sorry, Mr. Brown, but your records might be touched by me." And he gets up to that level, it'd be crazy. And I think it would, if he does get those records, whatever.
Yeah, especially if he goes off, because it's not.
Oh yeah.
Because Jerry Rice might have been consideration on this top 10 list too. And Jerry Rice is primarily a 49er, but he had some great years with the Raiders that made him a Raider. He's a Raider as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Jerry Rice did that. Devontae can do it too. And Devontae has less history with the Green Bay than Jerry Rice had it with the 49ers.
Yeah.
So you never know. I can't wait. Can't wait for this upcoming season. I'm glad we did this. Mm-hmm. Top 10 Raiders of all time. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Go Raiders. Give us a subscribe.
Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.